Hey, it's Meatball.
And Mark.
And this is the Rocker Morning Show on demand from 107.7 RKR.
107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse. Good morning. Meatball is out for the day. And I'll tell you what, he has some issues with his tummy. I'm telling you, he's got some stomach issues. I don't know what the heck's going on. He said it's flip-flopping all over the place this morning. I told him, I was like, dude, rest up, feel better. I totally understand because I'm having some weird sleeping issues because the last week and a half has been pretty good, actually. A few weeks before that, I was having a lot of issues sleeping. Last night, I don't know what it is. It wasn't even a full moon out. I woke up twice, I think. So I had 3 sets of just super weird dreams. And I don't understand it either. It's not like I drank or did anything else like before bed. It was just, I don't know. I've been taking melatonin. So I don't know if this happens to anybody else who takes melatonin for sleep, because it was a deep sleep, I'm telling you. And I woke up this morning and I remember just turning to my phone and shutting the alarm off and going back to bed, just rolling right over. So when I woke up afterwards, I was like, oh crap, I'm probably like super late. Luckily I wasn't. It was only like 20 minutes after the alarm went off. But I don't know if any of you have had weird messed up dreams after taking melatonin. I'd be interested to hear 978-1077. Give me a call. I want to hear about these because, yeah, I had one where basically Meatball became a firefighter and he sat me down and said Sundays are now off days and only firefighters were allowed to wear jorts, jean shorts, which he was wearing, and that I needed to accept Jesus into my life. That was one of the dreams. This is what happens when you don't take weed before bed. 107.7 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse. Meatball is out for the day. We have some wrestlers that have been touring the state as of late for different reasons, but one of them, a hardcore legend himself, is coming to Kalamazoo. This was just announced yesterday. Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, however you want to spin it. Mick Foley, WWE Hall of Famer, is going to be at Fanfare in Kalamazoo September 28th. So if you open up the 107.7 RKR app, you can check out the details on this. He's going to be there from noon to 3. It's going to be set up at 4308 South Westnedge in Kalamazoo. So you get to meet Mick Foley. You get to chat it up really quick with him. He's going to be doing autographs. He's going to be doing photo ops as well. So there's individual prices for those and a package deal, which I think is totally worth it, up there on the 107.7 RKR app. I think if you look back, like if the human race looks back 100 years, if we're still around then, and we look at who in professional wrestling gave the most of themselves for the sake of entertainment, I already feel that Mick Foley is at the top of that list, but I know for a fact it's going to be Mick Foley. I don't think anybody has ever put themselves through more, and I'm sure he would argue, it's people like Terry Funk, and, that's kind of the humble thing to do, in wrestling is kind of pay homage to the ones who came before you, and show them their, due respect. But Mick Foley, man, tell you, from being thrown off the Hell in a Cell to being thrown through the Hell in a Cell and having a hole busted in his face and a tooth sticking out of his nose to then transitioning and becoming one of the greatest children's characters ever with like Mr. Sacco and all that stuff. Like, he made a hell of a transition. And the fact that he's still with us and he's still doing well for himself, I mean, this is a pretty big opportunity. So I'm really excited. I am definitely going. And if we can, we're going to try to hook it up for you guys as well. So we're going to try to get in the works here and see if we can make something happen. But either way, the info, if you want to meet Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, all 4 of them in one person, he's going to be here in Kalamazoo. We got the details on the Rocker app. 107.7 RKR, the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse. Meatball is out for the day, which is why we're not normally playing the Daily 5 trivia game right now. But I wanted to tell you guys about an expo that we got coming up. I'm actually going to be there helping out at a few of the booths. So if any of the ladies listening to the Rocker Morning Show, because we have a lot of women that listen to the Rocker Morning Show, and maybe some people out there, they got their significant others who may be interested in this. This is a Glow Expo. It's a premier health and beauty event that's coming up. It's sponsored by West Michigan Plastic Surgery. This one-day extravaganza brings together basically industry experts, cutting-edge products, and innovative treatments to help you look and feel your best. There's also going to be a lot of craft stuff there as well. So it's kind of like a Glow Expo / craft show. So there's interactive workshops on like skincare and wellness. We've also got like product demonstrations from like the top beauty brands as well. So you got health screenings and consultation, nutrition and wellness experts. So you got all sorts of stuff. I mean, vendors selling apparel, jewelry, unique gifts. So it's kind of a mix mash of all sorts of stuff. So if you go to WRKR.com and you click the Glow event tab, the Glow Kalamazoo event tab, that will get you all the info that you need to get into this event. Now, the cool thing is it's absolutely free. It's going down Sunday, August 25th. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything at the Delta Hotel from noon to 5. There is a VIP pass available for $20, but that just gets you a whole bunch of goodies and a drink as well. So again, if you want to go to this free event, we've got all the details at WRKR.com. Come on out and hang out with me. 1077 RKR. It's a Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse. Meatball is out for the day. Well, I don't know if any of you use Reddit at all, but apparently Reddit could soon get slapped behind a paywall. Now, if you don't know exactly what that means, you ever click on one of these news stories from one of these local news brands that claim to like care about the local community, but then as soon as you go to read this important story, it goes, sorry, you got to pay us. You got to pay us if you want to read this local news. Yeah, that's they like doing that. We don't do that at WRKR.com or the 1077 RKR app. You're never going to get locked behind a paywall. Obviously, we're here to entertain you, but we also want to let you know what's happening in the community as well. Apparently, Reddit may be paywalling a bunch of Reddit pages going forward. The CEO, his name is Steve Huffman. He's been trying to think of ways to generate some income for Reddit, some alternative ways. And a couple of the ways they're thinking about doing like an AI search and also paywalling some of their pages. So basically, if you want to read up on this, it's on the 1077 RKR app. They're talking about, the free version, they feel will still grow and continue, but they may either create new pages, which will be stuck behind a paywall with like special content. And who knows, they could maybe even add it to existing pages. So I know that Kalamazoo Reddit page might get slapped behind a paywall, which would really suck for all the trolls that live on there. 1077 RKR. It is the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse. Meatball is out for the day. Just a heads up, we have a interview with Chad Daniels coming up this hour. He's got a new Netflix special, so that's going to be coming up in here in a little bit. But right now, we got to get registered for the Rocker Rides, the brand new Chevy Silverado or Ford F-150 from Tapper Automotive. We are getting you registered multiple times. So tonight, we're going to be at Warner Vineyards from 6 to 8, getting you registered, and you can see the trucks in person. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at Tapper Chevy from 4 to 5. Then I'm going to be across the street at Warner Vineyards from 6 to 8 again. Then Saturday, back at Tapper Chevy from 5 to 7. I know it's a lot, but here's the thing. You click that Rocker Rides button on the 1077 RKR app, WRKR.com. That has all the locations, all the dates, all the times. You're set. You don't have to remember everything. Okay. Just visit that Rocker Rides button on the Rocker app. That tells you where we're going to be with the truck so that you can get registered in person. And right now, caller number 7-978-1077. Let's get you registered for the Rocker Rides, all sponsored by Warner Vineyards and Tapper Automotive in Paw Paw. 1077 RKR. It's the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Frankhouse and Meatball, joined on the phone by a stand-up comedian. He's got a brand new special on Netflix. Welcome, Chad Daniels, to the Rocker Morning Show.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Well, you're here to talk with us because you've got a new Netflix special out called Empty Nester. The 10th special, I believe, that you've done to date. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Yep. Finally got one on there.
It only took you 10 tries. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. You're also, you've been featured on the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. You've been doing this for more than 20 years, man. You're a staple in the comic industry, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the new special, Empty Nester, is out now. We were watching a little bit of it this morning before we knew we were going to talk to you. How long have your kids been out of the house now?
My daughter, so Foley, my daughter left, probably 2 years ago, I guess. She's going to be a junior in college this year coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually going to Costa Rica to study for this year. And she was so excited when she found out. She came home and she goes, and just so you know, I got such good grades, you don't even have to pay tuition. And I was like, well, you're going to another country, so I might have to pay ransom. I don't know how this works.
Oh, no.
Oh, geez.
Stay out of the dance clubs. Stay out of the dance, because I do not have a specific set of skills. I can help you.
Well, after they were out, you talked about getting back into the dating pool. How awkward was that? Did that take a little bit of an adjustment period?
Oh, man. So I didn't date my daughter's senior year because I didn't want to have to, give like 50% attention to her last events and getting to know somebody.
True.
So I took a year off, and I learned something very important about myself, you guys. I learned that I could die alone and be okay with that. I learned that. And that is great information to have about yourself, but a horrible attitude to bring into a new relationship. Because the first woman that was when I started dating, she was at my house watching a movie, and she goes, I don't like this movie. And I was like, well, I could die alone and go home. You really have to figure out how to dial that in.
So what a great opening line.
Yeah, I know.
As a couple of people who are, have been in the, dating realm the last few years, I'm curious, was it the concept of dating or the concept of having to use these apps that made you feel that way?
Oh man, I've never been on an app.
Oh,
I
man.
I know that I would somehow do something on an app that would send me to prison for 3 to 5 years. I don't know. I mean, it's like swipe this way for this, swipe this. I mean, I'm not that old, but I just didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
And I met my girlfriend, and she doesn't have any kids. I actually have 2 older kids, and she goes, "What would you think about having a kid now?" And I was like, I can't, because my youngest is 20. That would be like my last day of prison stabbing somebody in the yard. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's like, well, here we go again.
Just going right back in for it, yeah. Oh, man.
Well, man, the new special, Empty Nester, it's out now on Netflix, is very funny. Chad Daniels, thanks so much for your time today. It's been amazing. And if you're ever in Kalamazoo area or passing through the tour, you're always welcome to stop in and hang out for a bit, man.
That's sweet. I appreciate it. I used to come through there all the time with Gary Fields Comedy Club.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you spent some time here in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have family there as well. So
do you really? Okay.
So you never know. I might take you up on your offer. Absolutely.
Man, that would be like the first time in a long time the audience has laughed during the Rocker Morning Show.
Yeah, right.
We appreciate your time today, man. It's been fun, and good luck. I know you got some dates coming up in the fall, so good luck with that, and congrats on the special, man.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks, buddy. We go way deep into Chad Daniels' personal life with his new relationship, also talking about some of his favorite comedians as well. It's all available on demand on the 107.7 RKR app. Download it right now. 107.7 RKR, the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Freikhaus. Meatball is out for the day. Again, we are flying you out to Boston to see Pearl Jam at Fenway. This is the biggest show all year long. Tickets are going for well over $1,200 right now. You won't have to spend a thing, though, if you have that 107.7 RKR app. We are going to give you code words after 10, 2, 5, and 8. Once you hear those code words, enter them in by clicking that Pearl Jam button on the 107.7 RKR app. And just like that, you and a friend could be flying out to Fenway on us, round trip airfare. You get put up in a hotel for 2 nights. You get $500 cash and 2 tickets to see Pearl Jam at Fenway. This legendary show is going down, and we want to send you there on 107.7 RKR, The Rock. 107.7 RKR, it's the Rocker Morning Show with Mark Freikhaus. Meatball is out for the day. Let's get into your Olympics recap and medal count. Very intense day yesterday, but man, United States doing big things. Let's start off. A collision in the home stretch caused a massive fall in the men's 5,000 meter heat at the Paris Olympic Games. That involved Great Britain's George Mills. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, See, welterweight boxer Amari Jones of the U.S., he lost in his semifinal. He'll clinch the bronze. The U.S. figure skating team received gold medals in the Paris ceremony 2 years removed from the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. This is in wake of a Russian doping scandal. The U.S. was upgraded from silver to gold in July, so they just received their medals. The U.S. is moving on to the men's water polo semifinals for the first time since 2008 after a penalty shootout over Australia. So that's interesting happenings there. U.S. women's team pursuit squad beat New Zealand for the gold in a time of 4 minutes and 4 seconds. American Quincy Hall took home the gold in the men's 400 meter after mounting a furious late-stage comeback to overtake the lead in the final meters. Hall fell behind Hurley, but found a second wind in the home stretch to win in one of the most amazing comebacks you'll ever see. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. U.S. women's basketball team had Nigeria put away by halftime. They advanced to the Olympic semifinals. And finally, U.S. Sarah Hildebrandt wins the 500 kilograms freestyle wrestling gold. Medal count as about, this morning, They've had, I believe, 3 events which have medaling. So not updated from those, but as of right now, U.S. in the clear lead with 27 gold, 35 silver, 32 bronze, 94 overall. China is still in second, 25 gold, 23 silver, 17 bronze, 65 overall. Australia in third with 18 gold, 13 silver, 11 bronze, 42 overall. France, 13 gold, 17 silver, 21 bronze, 51-0. And Great Britain, 12 gold, 17 silver, 20 bronze, 49-0. Today's schedule, it's going to be a busy one. Lots of implications here. Looking forward to that Noah Lyles race. We got the women's 1,500 meters semifinals. We got the women's long jump final, men's javelin throw final, men's 200 meter final, women's 400 meter hurdles, and men's 110 meter hurdles as well. So lots of gold on the line today. USA looking to wrap up the Olympics and pull ahead and get that gold W today. Go Noah Lyles.